If you think you know God, like you really, like as a Christian or as a believer, as a Muslim, whatever, but you know you're a good person, you truly know your God. If you think you know God, because I believe you also have one God, forget if you go to mosque or you go to church or you do it in your sitting room or in your bedroom. As long as you're a good person, and you call God, you believe in God, you pray to God, something higher than you, something bigger than everybody, something that you know that no man can compare, and you are very sure of yourself that you know God. You don't know God, you don't know God. You know God, right? Yeah, you really do know God. But this God that we all think we know is bigger, far bigger, far extended, a bit extension than where we think we know him reach. If all you know God, if we put percentage for just for an example, because my God is infinity percentage, my God is more than infinity percentage, my God is uncountable. So if you think you know God to less than 100%, no, God is uncountable percent, infinity percent. Yeah, the moment you think you know God, finish. God's just starting. God just started. Like, you know God, yeah, right? You know God. My own God that I serve surprises me every blessed day. God blesses me every blessed day. Yesterday I thought I have no God finished. Like God we perform his miracle, we bless me, we do this, we do that. It's true. All where I think God will reach finish, God is just starting. In fact, it's not even started. If you think you know God, you are not mistaken. But you don't know this God. God is beyond what you know, what you see, what you feel. It's too big. This God is too big. And if you think God is sweet, this God is even sweeter. It's the sweetest thing you ever tasted on this planet. Like, what? And do you also know that in this life, God that created heaven and earth, and everything in heaven and everything in the earth, in this planet, on this planet, in all the whole universe. Do you know what God cannot do? What God cannot create, what God cannot heal, what God cannot solve, what God cannot find, what God cannot hide, what God cannot finish, he hasn't done it. As much and as far as he's created everything and everything on this planet and on earth, the thing God cannot do, God himself has not done it. Because God can do everything, undo and redo and do and finish and do. So if you think your mountain is so high that your hands cannot reach, have you tried God? Have you tested God? I just said it some seconds ago. This God is sweet. Have you really tasted it? Take your time to taste God. If you've not tasted God before, come back. No, I won't say come back because you've not been. Come to him. Taste this God and compare to whatever God you've been serving. I said what God cannot do. What God cannot do, what God cannot sort, what God cannot solve, what God cannot create. God himself has not created it, has not done it. He has not done it. What God cannot sort, what God cannot solve, what God cannot do, he hasn't created it. You see all these things on this planet and in heaven and on this earth and on this planet, in this planet, God can redo, can vanish, can quench, can delete. I don't know the English to use it, Jared. God can finish, can refinish, can restart, can redo, can build, can break. So if you think your sorrow, your problems is too big, bring them to God. If you think your problems, your headaches are too much for you to carry with your one head, why not try God? Why not try God? It won't cost you nothing. Maybe some hours of your day though, if you really want to serve God. Because God is not your bank manager, or like you call him or you press your internet, you transfer your account money from. No, you have to come to God fully. There is no automatic. God is good at doing miraculous work, like you think is magic. My God is a magician, yeah. Before that, you have to come to God, give God everything, surrender yourself to God. Then when he starts doing his work in your life, when he puts his hands in your life, that is when it looks like magic, or like a flash, like overnight. That is when it looks like a magic. But you have to come to God, walk with God, stand by God, stand with God, eat with God, drink with God, sleep with God, wake up with God. These are the things you have to do. You have to put in the work so that when the results come before people, nobody sees when you are doing midnight prayers, afternoon prayers, morning prayers, fasting, praying. Keep it to yourself. Following the commandments, the rules of the land and of the universe. Nobody sees that. Nobody sees all those things. But when God starts blessing you, people will start saying, she's lucky, it's lucky, like magic, overnight. No. You've been putting in the work. Just like farmers, farmers, right? They get the seeds, they plant the seeds. Even the fastest one, they put a manure, put a fertilizer, doesn't grow in 2 hours. I mean, to harvestation. You plant now and the next you are eating it. Who does that? How does that work? How does it happen? How does it work? You have to put in the work so that when the result comes, when it's time to harvest, time to reap, you know what you've put in, but people can't see that. That's when you be like, she's so lucky. He's so lucky. The God he serves, or the God she serves. Oh, he's a miraculous God. He's a magician. Of course, our God is magician. He's a miraculous God. But working with God, I'm not trying to scare anybody. It's not a what is it called? A straw in the park. Is it a straw? They call it a straw in the park. You have to work with God so that when you achieve the blessings, you can proudly eat your fruits of your hard labor. God will test some people with quickly blessings, like those ones that comes in a flash. God will test you, see if you will use it well. But no, most people, they don't know the value. But if you really want to eat your everlasting blessings, you have to do the work. You have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You have to create time for God. You just don't expect something for nothing. God has already given us a lot for nothing, like a lot. You sleep, you wake up, you go out safely, you come back in safely. It's God. Many people didn't get that blessings, right? Okay, guys, I'm trying to concentrate in my driving. Thank you for listening. Bye.